I swear, I hope nobody can hear it. I really hope nobody can hear what's going on my end.
You know something?
Oh boy, what's going on?
We're gonna need this today. I looked at that article list. We need props today.
Which one?
You know which one. Oh, do you mean which prop or which article?
Which article?
The first one.
Oh, that one.
I have a single question to ask, and if anybody has an answer to that, I would very much like to hear it.
I will try. But what's good, everybody? It's your boy Mark Summers, Majorlytics, twitch.tv/Majorlytics, and you know what time it is? It is time for another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by Kevin. It's your boy Kevin, the building.
In the building.
And this week we're joined by the bandana. I'm sorry.
Bandana is the word you're looking for.
The bandana man. There we go. But it's the nose. It's, oh my God. I feel like I'm gonna call myself the flu-ridden Jordan already. I'm just that motherfucker in the game. I'm just gonna do it. I'm calling it right now like Babe Ruth. You know what I'm saying? Like Jackie Robinson. Last week was Jackie Robinson Day. It's awesome. But we are joined by the bandana man. Nzxt is in the building.
Hey everybody, what's going on?
No.
Allegedly, we're supposed to be joined by the GOAT, Hideo Sanaka, who has probably some of the crispiest console streams that I've ever seen in God knows how long.
Mm-hmm.
Short of myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. But she's called Miss. She may have moved already. Anywho, we've got some news. We've got some stories to talk about. But, gentlemen, while we're here, I have an announcement to make. As someone who has professed his love for Apple just all the time, who just can't get enough of his Apple products. It's ridiculous. You just don't know. I just don't know when to stop buying all things Apple. I did something, and I don't know how to take it, and I apologize if this breaks character. If this breaks kayfabe, as some wrestling fans know it. I bought some Galaxy Buds, some Samsung Galaxy Buds. The Samsung Galaxy Buds 2. I bought some. Because they're nice and they're black and they're a little itty bitty. But I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know what else to do because I don't think my AirPods would work with my Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. I'm sorry, but it's a sad day. It's a sad day for all my Apple stands that were with me to see me go through this. For all my Pixel fans who were there with me with the 4A to go and pick up a Samsung product. But you know what? I don't feel ashamed. Because damn it, this phone is actually pretty good.
Except for the memojis.
Except for that emoji close shit. Actually, no, there's a few things. There are a few things. But this phone is actually pretty fucking good for the few days that I've had it.
Galaxy makes a really good phone. So,
they've come, I would say they have come back from the early days, like back during the Galaxy S2 and 3. That TouchWiz shit was horrible. And it's sad that they have not used TouchWiz in God knows how long. for me to be like, I ain't gonna mess with a Galaxy phone ever. No, not me. Not today. But I'm gonna tell you something. Samsung brought me back with the Flip 3. Unfortunately, Visible did not have the Flip 3, but I wanted a brand new Android phone, and I've been hearing that the Galaxy S line, the Galaxy S22s were better than the Pixels. Apparently, I've been hearing some Pixel 6 bugs have been appearing, like as it gets older. So I went with the Galaxy S22. Also, the fact that this is 2 months old as opposed to the Pixels being out since October.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is a little bit newer. So of course, I would have gotten the Ultra, and also I do want to say this. I feel like somebody at Samsung is a My Hero Academia fan because they have the S22 Plus and the S22 Ultra. Like somebody's watching too much anime over there. It's almost like Elon Musk naming cars at this point.
Have you seen the NXT?
The Nzxt?
Yeah, Nzxt All Might case.
I have. Coincidentally, that's also what's happened to me over the past couple of weeks. I bought a Nzxt case, but not that one because that one came out. They announced that today or yesterday.
Yeah,
but it's the same case model, the H710i. I picked up mine a couple of weeks ago, which of course you've seen the pictures on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Nice black and red, looks exactly like my old case. But it has lighting, it's built-in lighting in it, which is amazing, which we could not get to work a couple of Sundays ago. But hey, I figured it out the next day. So shout out to Skill Will and those Ruin. Everybody was in chat that night for that jank ass stream. But hey, I got it to work. First stream in a long time from a Mac. So so a little bit of thoughts here because Sin said that I should share my thoughts during the show. So that's what I'm gonna do. It is a pretty good device. I think if you do have the money for it, or you got the plans through Verizon, AT&T, whatever, look. So I'm using this through Visible, and I'm actually paying this through a firm, so I can actually quit my Visible contract like immediately, but still can pay for a phone through Visible, through a firm or whatever. But yeah, if you can, and you're looking for a new phone, you're looking for something top of the line. You could get the Ultra. I decided not to because they did not have it in black. They were about to send me the burgundy one. I said, no, thank you. No. If it ain't black, I don't want it. So I proudly stepped down to the Plus just to get it in black.
Beyond. Plus, well, there's no Ultra. But anyway.
So yes, I got rid of the S Pen, the bigger battery, the extra camera that comes with it. But I mean, all that's kind of superfluous because they're all the same fucking phone. Regardless, I think I can even buy an S Pen and use it with this 22 Plus if I wanted to. But that seems stupid. I would not do that, no matter how possible it could be. That's just a dumb move. Like, it's really snappy. There are some things in here that I do like. There is, I had to learn how to use the in-screen fingerprint reader. Like, you just, like, because of the fact that it's in the screen, you don't know really where to set your thumb immediately. So, like, I'll be, like, sitting at one place and, like, nope, that's not where it is. No, you dummy. That's not where it goes. It does, like, I mean, a lot of people, they talk about with this phone, like, oh, it's got the in-screen fingerprint reader, but it also does have facial recognition. It's not as good as Apple's because of the fact that there is no sensor arrays. It just, like, takes a picture of your face. It says, oh, yeah, that's you. And then it unlocks. I can't unlock it at night, which kind of sucks. The one big gripe I do have with this phone is not really with the phone itself, but it's how the app develop. It's like kind of how app development works between iPhone and Android, or iOS and Android. and how a lot of Android apps are a fucking afterthought for a lot of people. It's something where I did not pay much attention to because me using the Pixel 4a, it was not my main device. I used it for a week, but I guess I didn't really need it that much, or I didn't really care that much for it. Because I was like dying to get to my iPhone 12 Pro because I got that the same fucking day. So it's like I'm going to suffer a week with this Pixel 4a just so I can get to my iPhone 12 Pro. Because boy, I cannot wait to get there. But I've been dying to use this Galaxy, this 22 Plus. Which means like I've been using it more. I've been finding apps that I'm using on my iPhone to try to use some Android. I've been leaving my iPhone at home when I go out. And using the Galaxy, but there are apps that are on Android that do not work. One being my fucking banking app. Like I can't log into it, or I log into it and it just sends me to a blank screen. The fact that some apps that incorporate Apple Pay, they don't incorporate Google Pay. Or, I mean, I don't think they would incorporate Samsung Pay, but they don't at least incorporate Google Pay into their apps, which kind of sucks. Wife was telling me to order dinner, and so I was like, all right, picked up my phone. So, all right, let's order dinner. Where'd they go pay? Enter a card. There's no Android Pay option or Google Pay? Nope. Had to go run and grab my iPhone real quick to order dinner because I'm not going to enter a card into an app. That's dumb.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's really it breaks my heart, and it's something where like from that aspect, as somebody coming from iPhone to Android, this phone makes me, and like I tweeted about it earlier, I wish I could put my Verizon SIM card in my Galaxy S22. I want to use this more. But I can't because of the fact that my main number is tied to my iPhone. People call me, people text me on my iPhone. So I can't just leave it for days on end and not be worried about missing a call or a text message. So like it sucks like for this to be a phone I really want to use more often, that I can't because of the fact that it lacks basic features that are on an iPhone, not because of iOS, not because of the features that iPhone provides, but because of the fact that these third-party app developers don't include these features that are on iPhone, that could be on Android, that could be in their Android apps, but they just choose not to. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. I mean, and it's a thing where I get it too, where, you know, there are thousands of Android phones, or probably not that many, but there are tons of Android phones out there. Different sizes, chipsets, all that stuff. You can't develop for all of it. I get it. But I still feel like including basic APIs for something that you're downloading from the Google Play Store, you know it has the Google APIs. You know it will have Google Pay in some form or fashion. Why can't you incorporate that for me to pay for things within the app as opposed to having me like input a credit card? Or I don't know, include PayPal options. Let me sign into PayPal and pay for shit. Don't force me to sit there and use a fucking credit card. It's just really dumb. Like what this it's wholly insecure, and for that to really be the thing that keeps me from using Android more, it seems really dumb. So it's something I wish like a lot of third-party developers would stand up, kind of like take notice of, take advantage of. It may come to a point where I will start emailing a whole bunch of people, like go to their dev, like try to reach out to the devs and say, hey, I'm having an issue accessing your app from Android. Like I feel like my bank should really know that there are probably some people with brand new phones who can't bank on their fucking phones. Like what's the point? What's the point of offering an app if it doesn't work? Like it would be nice if Zaxby's let me pay for my chicken salad with Google Pay or PayPal instead of having to put in a fucking credit card.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if I could load up the Emojis clone on Samsung and not look like a Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Anywho, if there are any questions, please definitely hit me up. Let me know. I'll be testing it out for at least the next few days still. Hope, like, with work being over and, with work being over tomorrow, it's just going to be me sitting around with a Galaxy S22 Plus, just testing things, just sitting around. So if you got any questions, you want to know anything, please let me know. I would love to share my thoughts. And hopefully, if I can clear up this fucking cold in time, there will be an impressions video sometime next week.
Mm-hmm.
With all that said and done, it's time to get into the news. We've got Netflix, we've got Apple, we've got Nintendo. Enough Nintendo news to make Kev sad.
Hey, Kevin. Happy to hear that you had a wonderful week.
Let's say we get into this, shall we? Of course, starting off on the tech nug side this week, Netflix blames 100 million users without paid accounts for revenue and subscriber drops.
Hold on for a moment.
Yep.
I believe we are here.
Yep.
You
Well, it didn't take long at all.
You raggedy bitch. Y'all, listen. For everybody at home and around the world who may be listening and not watching live, I read that this was in our notes, and I'm just like, the clearing that I am about to do.
Clear them.
Let's start with just a small bit of math, like a wee bit, maybe. Netflix Someone make this make sense for me. If you're in the audience live with us now, if you are among the panelists here, Major and Kevin.
Hi.
The math isn't mathing here. How did people who weren't paying you account for a drop in revenue?
That doesn't even make any sense.
If you were giving me no money yesterday and you are giving me no money today, how did you cost me money?
Because you were paying, and then all of a sudden, because something happened in the past 2 years that kind of made you not be able to pay.
Mm-hmm. That smells a lot.
I mean, is that what happened though? Because it would be different if there were paid accounts and then they stopped paying, but they were just like, these people without paid accounts have caused us to drop in revenue. They weren't paying you.
Mm-mm.
They weren't paying you. These people were giving you money.
Right.
Well,
I understand like lost revenue or unattained revenue, but to be like, there was no revenue.
Well, see, that's where the title of the article is misleading. Because there was lost revenue because there were lost subscribers as well. They lost subscribers for the first time in 10 years.
So let's also talk about that for a second. Netflix reports that its revenue growth has slowed considerably. This news comes after losing 200,000 subscribers last quarter and potentially 2 million this current quarter. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of things. First thing, article titles. But second, that article title doesn't even make any sense. But I believe that Netflix would actually say something like this. Never minding that for a moment. The drop in subscribers is really just you having competition on the market. And the reason why I say that is because I know that there are a lot of people who are just like, aha, Netflix is getting a comeuppance here. But also, this is really one of those Netflix is just going to have to kind of go back to the drawing board a little bit, figure out how they want to innovate, and come back with a stronger offering that people will want to subscribe to. However, their current selection of offerings, the way they decided to cycle shows in and out in spite of the protest of their entire user base with a number of other networks and streaming services that are very willing to pick them up. I mean, I don't know. But if you lost like this, if you lost X amount in a quarter and then are about to lose 10 times as many this quarter, I really would be like, were we listening to what these people were asking for?
Well, keep in mind too that, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Netflix had something, and then multiple companies showed up and gave Netflix a run for the money.
Yeah.
Something happened also when that happened. All those companies that popped up were originally giving their content to Netflix, which means that Netflix had a monopoly, but not really. So
they were, essentially speaking, that puts them on borrowed time.
Right. That was the whole thing. So it's like when Hulu got bigger and better, when...
Are we really saying that Netflix is looking at possibly going the way of E3 in this bitch?
There's a possibility, unless I wouldn't say they're going the way of E3. I wouldn't say that Netflix is going away. However, this is a huge course correction for them, because everybody who was subscribing to Netflix to watch something that Netflix had that was being licensed from somebody else, now the license holder has their own.
Right.
Like you could watch The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, Harry Potter, The Avengers.
Yeah, Viacom Universal has like Peacock. Paramount has its own thing.
Well, no, Viacom. Viacom has Peacock. No, Viacom has Paramount. Universal has Peacock. Viacom and Universal are two different companies.
Okay.
Viacom has CBS. Viacom is CBS.
Okay, so Paramount has
Paramount.
Paramount has Paramount Plus.
Paramount has Paramount.
Viacom Universal.
No. Viacom. I'm sorry. Viacom is Paramount.
Okay, so Viacom. Okay, Viacom.
Viacom is Paramount. Universal is Peacock.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. So these particular places and studios have basically their own thing. Like Hulu is essentially like Fox and ABC, and then whatever they produce on top of that.
So pretty much like, hey, do you want to watch broadcast TV but don't have a DVR or just an HD antenna?
Right.
There
that part.
Who's Hulu?
It's like pretty much like, hey, do you have internet service? Sure. You can have access. You
it's
can
like
have
just
access,
broadcast TV for the internet, but you have to pay for
broadcast.
it.
Right. And for the most part, these things are better and they're good. Like I remember I was jonesing, I still am jonesing to watch like Top Gun, because that's my comfort movie. And so I go on Hulu and it's like, boom, it's there. And then I go to I wonder if Iron Eagle is available, because that's the knockoff-ish Top Gun. And then go to HBO Max, boom, it's there. So without the die-hard programs of Netflix, like the Netflix originals, which there isn't a lot, but
we can say that it's not a lot, but I swear they come out with 20 different shows and movies a week.
But it's really just
they don't have the back catalog of something like a Paramount Plus or a Peacock.
Right. It's just a lot of original stuff, hoping, because the way I've seen it, it's a lot of Netflix originals. It's just a myriad of we need to fill the coffers with content.
It's the new direct to DVD spot.
In a way, and even that can be kind of sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's it's really good. For every Bridgerton, you'll get like a Richie Rich.
I mean, their TV shows are their shows and their series tend to be good. Their movies, not so much.
Movies not so much.
So
I mean, but I have watched probably like the last 3 Ryan Reynolds direct to Netflix movies, and they were okay.
They were okay.
So I'm looking at the paragraph toward the end of the article for reasons for slowed growth, and I'm like, can we just talk about those? Let's just read that whole paragraph, because I'm pretty sure that's where this whole article title came from in the first place. And that whole section, quite honestly, is several layers of hot mess. So there's going to be a lot of just a friendly reminder advisories probably coming through here, but let's get into it. Netflix attributes multiple interrelated factors to extended growth. With over 222 million paying households, their subscriptions are being shared with over 100 million more homes. 30 million of these unpaid accounts are in the United States and Canada. Netflix states it's been harder to grow membership in many markets because it's an issue that was obscured by its COVID growth. I'm just going to take a pause there. Do we want to add comments here before I say anything?
So it's bad for you because people don't have jobs to pay for something that gives them a level of escapism, and somebody felt altruistic for a moment.
Yeah.
Hey.
Also, the fact that you also increased your prices in the middle of a pandemic.
That part.
Hey, Netflix, baby, I need you to come closer to the camera.
Right.
I want you to listen carefully.
Hold on, I got you.
You are talking about raising your prices at a time that people had to issue rent moratoriums. What the fuck do you mean?
And it's not like y'all really like losing like money if it's like on licensing fees. Like, oh, we're licensed. We're like, we have to pay for The Office. We have to pay for like How I Met Your Mother. We have to pay for it's really like you're investing in your own content because you want to keep more content on your platform so that you constantly have more eyeballs looking, and then you're checking your numbers and making sure that's an investment for you.
Because it's like reading this paragraph sounds a little bit less Netflix was losing money and more like, but we could have made more and we didn't. And
that part,
this is the part where I just want to go, remember the thing that I said earlier where we were just like, maybe we should course correct Spice on that opinion? This paragraph makes me feel like maybe not so much. The title may have been misleading, but it's one of those things like, it's not right, but it's not wrong.
Right.
Either.
Right.
I mean, it's a thing where Peacock, $10 a month for their premium, no ad shit.
Right.
HBO Max, I think it's $10 a month. I don't know because I get that through my internet provider.
For it's like $10 a month for ad-ish.
That's right.
And then
that's
$15 for.
But still cheaper than Netflix.
Still cheaper than
Netflix. The point.
And you're watching movies.
Exactly.
Which by the way, I got something to add to this for y'all because it's not in this article, but I want to talk about it.
Paramount Plus, $10 a month.
$10 a month. Watching movies. And then like
Disney Plus. $8. Or did that go up? I want to say it went up, right?
No, I think it went up a little bit, but not by much.
But still cheaper than fucking Netflix.
It went up
you
$1.
have the entire Disney catalog, Marvel, Star Wars,
Pixar,
Discovery. Like Discovery's supposed to be coming into that soon.
Are you talking about HBO Max?
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Hold on for a moment.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking National Geographic. That's what it was. National Geographic.
National Geographic, awesome programming, family-friendly programming. So I'm not so friendly. They literally
hold on for a moment. Disney Plus is $8 a month. It is on their website right now as I read it.
It started up. I think it was started like $7 a month. Then it went up $1.
Like $1, yeah.
There was a
the dreaded dollar.
Oh no, $1.
There is a bundle that comes with Disney, ESPN, and Hulu, and that is $14 a month.
There is a important distinction with that ESPN. It's ESPN Plus.
Yes,
it is not ESPN. I made that mistake. Thinking I was getting some shit, and I was not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I'm still saving money. I'm still saving money getting Disney Plus and Hulu with no commercials. Right. So I'm okay with that. But still.
Unless you like a whole bunch of 30 for 30s.
Yeah. or what would have been on ESPN, the Ocho.
Yeah, the Ocho.
So, right? So I want to like talk about that part of things. So they're just like, these people are watching, like, reasons for slowed growth. Well, this many people are paying because they can afford to, and the people who can't afford to aren't paying for it. Hey, I just want to ask you a question, Netflix, about how much you're paying people in the first place, but you want to know what? That's a separate conversation. We're not going to get into that today. Let's move to paragraph number 2. Yep. The company has recently cracked down on password sharing by testing a new add-on to its service. The add-on lets users easily and securely share their Netflix password by only, quote unquote, paying a bit more. By doing this, Netflix hopes to avoid password sharing and boost its revenue. How are we doing this? This is a conflicting sentence. Yeah, how are you paying a little bit extra to share things, while also avoiding sharing things?
My question is, how are we easily and securely doing this? That's the one I want to know.
With the man in the buck with you. Now I think we had touched on this like about a few weeks ago, and I think we had came up with a bit of a solution for this.
Oh, by sending a verification. So I guess if somebody logs in,
right,
it may notify. Oh,
be like,
that solution that I think you were about to hint at. I think that's how they do it. Right. Hey, are you approving this? If you do, it's going to cost you an extra $5 a month.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Paragraph number 3. That's something we already said about the number of services that are already growing up around it.
There we go.
Right? We already said competition between streaming platforms has been heating up and all of this other stuff. And then the last part, which is probably the most important part here, poor economic growth, rising inflation, and the war between Russia and Ukraine have also impacted these results.
Also, they did lose all those Russian subscribers recently.
Yeah, so that would like literally, that would make more sense. Being like, oh yeah, we sanctioned the country of Russia.
I'm sorry, did someone say sanction?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
yep.
Please do not adjust your sets. I know that my camera went away.
Yep. So, it's one of those things like we basically turned off service for a whole country, and being like, but hey, passwords though.
So, there's even been some continued disruption from COVID impacting the company. Do you mean people being physically ill in a plague because you forced them to come into offices to do work? I mean,
are all those like productions you had post COVID, in the midst of COVID?
The shareholder note also states that it lost 700,000 subscribers in Russia by eliminating its service there. You want to know what? There's something to be said about the objective numbers, data, and truth that just goes into this is what happened and this is why we are here. But I need to have this framed in the context of a company is complaining about the amount of revenue that it's not making, and one of its stated reasons is, well, we placed a number of sanctions on a country that is at war with another country, and it costs us a lot of money to do that.
Passwords, though.
you literally could have left that, like, you could have just like had that number stated there or what have you, or even left that off the report out of like.
But okay,
You
so
really could just
not-
But I also
the
said, but I did note, because I know Major's gonna say something. There is something to be said about just including, for the sake of objective facts, this is also a factor in things that have cost us money. Like, that is an objective thing.
not the point I was going to make. My point is, we have, like, this is not to absolve Netflix, but keep in mind who they are talking to.
Child, I don't know who they're talking to.
Not us. We don't own stock in Netflix. We're not looking for a return on our investments.
Okay, so
That's the whole
there's
thing.
that.
If I have learned anything from anything this past weekend by listening, well, one, by up until this point, I'm watching The Dropout on Hulu. Again, yeah, definitely go check that out on Hulu.
Yeah.
But also the podcast that inspired it, about the trial of Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos.
That one.
Yeah, it's learning more about shareholders and what they do for companies and what companies are supposed to be doing for shareholders, which really colors this in a different, like, when I want to say I had to have posted this after I came back. But like, it paints this story in a different light because the fact that they are not talking to us. It paints a lot of these articles we talk about where the company is saying, hey, we lost revenue at a place at this certain point in time. It paints it differently because of the fact that they're not talking to us. They're talking to people who don't give a shit, who probably aren't subscribing to Netflix, or if they are, they don't care about how much it costs as long as they have Netflix, because they can just shovel money into the furnace, like that one famous what's it, Fairly Odd Parents gif,
Yeah.
or meme, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
What they're saying here, like, I feel like nobody at Netflix necessarily cares. Like, hey, we're making money, we can still pay people, because they're still, like, it's not like they're losing it. They're just not making as much as they thought they were going to make. And yeah, for those who wanted more of a return on your investment, you're not going to get as much. Sorry.
Like, the amount of this that really is just, but why didn't we make more money?
Yeah.
Is disgusting.
Yeah.
But also, hey everyone, I would like to take a moment to share with everybody a small story with the class, which may seem entirely unrelated to this article, but I'll get there. So our favorite, and I put heavy quotes around favorite, author known as J.K. Rowling, had a whole like movie come out that like cost like tens of millions of dollars to make. It may have made $6 million on its opening debut.
Were we talking about that Dumbledore movie?
Mm-hmm.
That I didn't hear anything about until it came out. Like,
woefully
nobody was
undersold.
talking about this movie.
Was that one of
Because
them?
because
I
that's
thought
how
it was I thought Fantastical Beasts 2 was the last one.
because y'all know how we talk about, hey, we don't give things attention that we don't want to see like
But
blow up, and now that's how we do that.
I mean, okay, you know, like, so I guess because I've paid attention to games more than movies, I still heard about the game coming out. But nobody said anything about this movie. And I guess it's the same about that fucking Mobius shit too. Like,
Oh no, that was on purpose, and also Morbius
Yeah.
because of Jared Leto. The end.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah. That movie was like, I kept forgetting when I would see the people that I know that were very excited about this movie, but part of me was still thinking about like Fantastic Beasts, like of Grimoire, that one. I was thinking it was somehow the second movie. I didn't think there was a whole new Fantastic Beasts.
you still thought it was the first one.
No, I thought it was the second one.
Oh, wait,
That
there's a
was,
third one? You see, this is proving a point. This is so much proving a point.
That's literally what I'm telling you. Is like I didn't realize a whole Harry Potter movie came out and was another in the lore, and I'm just like, because I really didn't care anymore, because it was like once we got the second, Fantastic Beasts, I was like, and all of the shenanigans that have come out, I was like, yeah.
Okay, so to explain that to you, just for everyone's notes here, that was in fact the third movie in the series.
Yeah.
The Dumbledore one was the third one.
Third one, correct.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Now, why is this important? Why are we bringing this up, or why are we talking about this? Because as Kevin may have said earlier, and I want to make sure that I give him plenty of space to say it this time in a very loud and clear voice, Kevin.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I said. Hum a few bars so I can go ahead and jump in with.
Fuck turfs. That was a statement.
Oh, that's right. Fuck turfs. Yes.
Now, the reason why that's important, right, is that here we are with this movie that is doing like critically awful at this moment for several reasons, but one of them being that enough people were just you're out here and you're being terrible to people who just literally exist and are minding their business and stuff, and trying to influence laws around the country that you live in and all this other stuff with money and influence that you wield in order to do all of this. And then your movie tanks, and now we're just sitting here again
not Ezra being.
We're not going to get into that one right now.
We're not going to get into that one, but yeah, Jesus Christ, though.
So I want to point this out too. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You had a further part of your point?
I do.
Oh,
I was so here's the thing about that whole thing. Now, let's talk about Netflix for a second. How long exactly are we on? If anybody's been keeping a chronicle, people having to go, hey, Netflix, some of the programming that you have on here and the people that you allow to have some of the loudest voices and take up the most space on your platform are saying some kind of awful things, and we would like you to address this. And how many people have left the company because they refuse to address that, and all of this other stuff. Do we want to include that in terms of impact to the company and the people who work there and the people who have decided to no longer have services with that channel because Disney Plus and Hulu and everything else exists, in addition to the fact that some of those 222 million subscribers that you decided to ignore, some combination of them were also just well, Netflix, if you're going to be really awful to people that I care about or people that, just deserve normal human rights like everybody else, I can just use another service that isn't problematic in that way. Kay, thanks for asking. And there are several of them to choose from that also have better quality programming and don't cost as much. It's just all of those factors too.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
but I think Major wanted to add something here.
I mean, we were literally watching movies that had came out day and date at home.
They need to continue doing that. They really need to continue doing that.
I think they're doing it in some way, but not. I think
they're not to the extent I would like for them to do that.
Right. Wait, doing what?
Releasing movies day and date on streaming as well as theaters.
You know something? I can tell you that that's not going to be a thing, and I'm going to tell you why using a story about the recent adventure I took down to the local Waffle House. This is not related to tech at all, but did you know that there is a sign on the Waffle House door approximately 0.6 of a mile from my house that says, as of April the 16th, we will not be giving anybody to-go orders between the hours of 8 a.m. and 3 p.m.
Why?
The following paragraph. We encourage you to stay in and experience the full Waffle House ambiance, as it were.
You gonna give me more food if I do that?
The full Waffle House ambiance and experience is watching club kids fight at 2:00 in the morning.
I mean, let's not get it twisted. I love eating Waffle House at the Waffle House because that shit is fucking fresh. That is the only reason why I would rather be there. But I understand why people would not want to be there. And I do not see a difference in you fixing food and putting it into a container and letting me leave once you've done that. As opposed to putting it on a ceramic plate and me eating it while I am there.
Let me go ahead and put us in a little time machine here. Let's go ahead and back up maybe a year and a half or so. Do you remember when we were talking about the amount of companies that were trying to force people to go to the office because they had to justify owning the property and the amount of it, square footage and buildings and all, and all of that, and how they just need people to occupy these spaces, even if it doesn't cost the money, even if people are working efficiently, even if it's proven that most of middle management isn't even really necessary for most people to function in the way that they function.
I know that there are people who have to care about that still, but yeah, once I was out, I stopped caring about it for a bit, so I'm sorry.
It's just me sitting here and being like, y'all at least y'all said the whole thing out loud, but bitch, you really just said we just don't want y'all to, we want y'all to eat here, so we have a reason to have this building.
It's one thing if you're holding...
We're just gonna not...
It's one thing if you're holding your employees hostage, but you were not holding consumers hostage. Okay, that is a bridge too far, sir.
That is 7 hours of a day that you just y'all just can't take food and leave.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, let me ask a question for the audience. What is the difference between that and me sitting at a table, ordering everything?
Wrong one. I was hoping that if I went to this browser, it would actually open the tweet that I closed on this one, but no, it just opened the most recently closed tab.
That's great.
Which is unfortunate.
What is the difference between me asking for something to go and me walking into the restaurant, exposing myself to the plate for much longer than I need to be, or the potential for it, and then being like, thank you for bringing me this food on this plate. I'm going to eat 2 bites of it and then ask you to put this in a to-go container so I can pay for my food and leave.
Oh no, I'm stuffed.
Be like,
I cannot possibly eat another bite.
Now put this in the to-go plate.
Well, I will take this whole ass plate with me. Peace.
I'll send you the dishes when I get back. Do this.
I also want to see the people that they're going to argue with who come over and be like, I would like this to go, and be like, we can't do that, sir, between the hours of 8 and 3. I would like you to know that there is a sign just next to that sign that also says, because it was placed there during the pandemic, please do not yell at the people who work here. They're just working here and trying to make money and get you food and whatever you ask for in as quick and efficient a manner as possible. Don't be mean to them.
But quickly and efficiently means put it in this plastic container and let me go. That is quick and efficient.
Now, I can't be upset at the workers who did that, but
the
corporate policies that decided that was a thing.
It is the whole thing of it is okay to be mad. Make sure you're mad at the right people. Now, I would like to redirect people's attention to back to Netflix and this amazing chart that I have here from April 19th. 2 days ago. Wow, this actually makes it seems a lot worse now that I see that. This was 2 days ago. The stock closed at $276.68 on April 19th. Today, Netflix closed at 218.22 points. They're going down. They're going to go.
They're going down.
I didn't click that 5 day, but damn, that 5 day, motherfucker.
It really
What
looks like
5 day?
The 5 day price of Netflix.
And then this goes.
Yeah, that whole this dip here. I didn't realize what it looked like in the context of 5 days.
I've seen the cliffs of Dover that didn't have a hard enough.
That is deeper than the
drop.
fucking Mariana Trench, bruh.
Damn.
So wait, what are y'all looking at? Is this in the article?
No, it's no. What we're looking at is I Google Netflix stock. It's on the stream.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the stream.
I'm looking on the stream, and it's like,
Here, give me a screenshot. Hit me with a screenshot. But also, right? This is the kind of
watch me give him this screenshot in real time.
like just it's just kind of like the whole thing of being like one like I also feel like it would be remiss to talk about this whole article and Netflix's stock and all of this other stuff outside of the larger context of a lot of people realizing, like, kind of having a whole scene from Ants, if you've seen that movie, being like, y'all kind of need us to function, and there's a lot more of us than there are of you. And like the fact that your income and way of life relies on us not doing shit, and then we're just like, okay, but what you're about to do is unionize, and now like we've unionized about half of like X company here, a third of Y company over here. Like, I think companies are gonna have to like learn sooner or later that they can't just like come out here acting wild and out of pocket like we don't have a means to just be like, well, fuck you too if you're gonna act like that.
Well, I mean, it's all the companies that have just kind of sprouted up in the 70s, at least starting in the 70s. So again, you're seeing this with developers, you're seeing this with actually just mainly developers at this point, because those are the newest industries that have existed since America was kind of pro-union back in the day. Everybody had a union job, but like the office workers, because they this is so cushy, I don't have to worry about anything. Who needs a union? I sit in an office all day and type on my keyboard, on my typewriter, blah 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 blah. And nobody was really worried about unionizing, and that's kind of where capitalism took off, because fuck it, we got the people shoveling coal, let them have their union jobs, but all these cushy white collar workers, they don't need it. This is where the money is.
Well, something, and I guess there's something to be said here about how everybody is starting to come to a point of being like, and I'm enjoying seeing the trend here, being like, yo, work is work no matter what form it comes from, and all of it should be unionized. Period. The end.
But you ain't doing no back-breaking work, but you need to unionize for.
Well, you can ask your local Starbucks barista now.
All they do is pour the coffee in the cup. They don't need no union.
You drink Folgers and it doesn't even have proper cream. Get out of here. Well,
thank you. And seed.
And seed. But you have all of that going on. So now that we've gone through all of that, let's talk about the last paragraph of this first article. Netflix plans to redeem itself by focusing on the quality of its programming and recommendations for its viewers. Recently, the platform added a 2 thumbs up rating to improve recommendations. In order to fuel growth in other countries, the streaming giant is also creating more original content outside of the United States. The company is now expanding its international market by producing movies and TV in over 50 countries. Non-English language shows like Squid Game and basically The House of Paper, that's how it's translated here, and All of Us Are Dead have been big hits for the platform. So, isn't this the same Netflix that when working with international audiences and stuff like that, or working with actors that are not necessarily like straight or white or what have you, have like an exceeding amount of problems that end up having to be discussed at some point or other?
Or because they work outside of the US, a lot of the production companies or the people they work with aren't unionized. They can just do whatever the fuck they want.
So, I mean, Netflix.
I mean, look, if it's cheaper to produce it overseas,
it's giving a lot of offshoring, and I'm not here for that. But also, maybe the conversation you need to have is about who you listen to and how you treat people. And maybe if you weren't terrible to your users, your shareholders would have more money and you wouldn't be out here looking a fool. Instead, you have paid Dave Chappelle more money than he's made your company. You're welcome.
But be proud of all of your devices that, you can have. Isn't it great? Like, look, your country made this. And everybody gets to enjoy them. Yay! No, that's not gonna work. That ain't working. You said this will work. It's not working. Okay.
Also, I'm going to point this out. You better be giving your workers raises, and I'm talking about raises and not like a company pizza party at the end of the quarter.
Stock options.
Mind you,
we can afford stock options now.
I want to point this out too, because most people probably aren't aware of this, about what Netflix's claim to fame was for their hiring practices. Do you remember what their claim to fame was for hiring practices?
Nope. I don't even know.
Y'all are going to have fun with this one.
Ooh.
We hire and maintain the people who are the absolute best at the work that they do. And when they are no longer the best at the work that they do, we give them a severance package. The end.
I mean, isn't that every company though?
That is a Googleable thing. They're just like, if you're not like the person at the cutting edge at the very top of your game, we don't want you in this role anymore. Good luck being elsewhere.
But I feel like that's
and this was a thing that
they just said it out loud.
The thing is, that's what every company sounds like. The difference is that's what Netflix, per articles and things like that actually does. I can tell you that the place that I work doesn't do that.
I mean, that just sounds like Silicon Valley to me.
Mm.
There's always some bright new hot shot coming out of Stanford. Unless they're trying to create a biotech company.
Stanford, USC.
Caltech, MIT, Duke, NC State,
GT,
yeah,
Ramblin' Wreck.
So that's all the commentary I had about that, because this article just has me in a thing of being like, expect to see more articles like this, like just in general across industries where they're just like, I can't believe we're not making money like we used to. It is kind of one of those like, that's on y'all. Like, there isn't an amount of password sharing crackdowns you could make. There's not an amount of countries you can open up. You have to deal with competition now, right? This is the part where we just look at you like, this is the part where we look at you and just like, I mean, I don't know why you're telling us this or how we're supposed to feel about it, other than look at y'all just not having more money than you already have. When you have millions of you have more money than 3 generations in my family line would see in a lifetime. Y'all have fun with that.
I know somewhere Monique is looking at this with a glass
the clown quote.
When you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Somewhere, Monique is just laughing her ass off with a wonderful glass of Pinot Grigio.
I mean, to be fair, Dave Chappelle is also laughing at this too,
because he's like, the check's clear.
The check's clear. I'm good. My shit's still gonna be on Netflix, so
I'm like, you gonna pay me? Like it was like when Mixer fell, it'd be like, you gonna pay me? Pay me off the top.
All right. That's enough about Netflix. Let's beat up on supervillain extraordinaire Elon Musk for a second.
Old Musky Musk.
One thing we were not able to cover last week was, or 2 weeks ago, we did cover the fact that Elon Musk did buy at least 10% of Twitter, making him the largest shareholder, which changed when another company said, hey, we could just buy more, and he's not, so good luck with that. But while that was happening, he then decided, he bought 10%, said he was going to be a part of the board, then they said no. Then he said no.
Yeah.
The CEO of Twitter was like, hey, just so y'all know, told the employees that, hey, just so you know, he's not going to be on the board, but shit might happen. There might be some distractions coming down the line. And boy, was he right, because Elon Musk then said, you know what? Fuck the board. I'll just buy Twitter. I'll make it private because we're going to make it free. We're going to make it capable of free speech. It's like, dog, like, you realize Twitter's not the government, right? But
I want to sit here and be like, now coming to you all live on Twitter. Oh, sorry, on twitch.tv. I am going to end up using ethnic words because I don't have a strong enough vocabulary to express what I want to say without having to get these words out the closet. The way this nigga thinks he is Seto Kaiba.
I was thinking Lex Luthor, but
no, Seto Kaiba.
He was right.
Fuck the rules. I have money. The end. That is a quote from this person, from this cartoon character.
Pretty much, Sin nailed it.
I can see it.
Absolutely nailed it.
Can we put Elon Musk's head on top of a PS5?
Someone, okay, so I know that there's an artist in the audience. I know that y'all out there. Please go ahead and give me an edit with Seto Kaiba, but with the head of Elon Musk, and send that to me on Twitter, please.
I still want the PS5 one too, just because.
Yeah.
Because I am Seto Kaiba's body.
You nailed it.
I am so disgusted with this man because he walked up here, and please note that the CEO of Twitter, in the middle of everything else, said, we did say that there would have to be some rules he would have to, two things, rules that he would have to adhere to, and a background check that he was to be subjected to. And that was the grand opening and the grand closing of adding this man to the board. Only for him to say 2 days later, well, I guess fuck it, I'll just buy the company then.
Yep.
Now, this is where my journalistic brain, if I were a journalist, would be like, what is it that you don't want them to do a background check for, Elon?
Well,
Billy, that's the one
because
thing
don't you run a company? Does that mean all the people who run the company also don't know these things or do know these things?
Two companies.
Because if you can't be subjected to a background check, that means whatever is going to do this is going to crumble every company you have. Not that you're going to actually deal with any material consequences, because you literally responded to just going, I guess I'll just buy it then.
It's time for the SEC to come look at some practices.
I'm just waiting. I'm just like, that would be awesome if my man was like, yeah, I'll just buy the company. And then all of a sudden glass breaks. Oh no, it's Stone Cold. Stone Cold. SEC.
The way now I am waiting for the podcast and the show. Let's see. Apple TV Plus has WeWork. Hulu has Theranos.
And Dope Sick.
I'm looking at, Silicon Valley startup type-ish companies.
Okay.
For sure, we can look at the opioid epidemic, but
yeah.
So yeah, Apple TV Plus has WeWork.
Yeah.
Hulu has Theranos.
Yeah.
HBO Max, or no, Showtime has Uber.
Yes.
Who is getting Elon Musk and companies?
I mean, do you want to keep it bang the buck? You have HBO with Silicon Valley.
That's the pokey fun. That's the pokey funny.
Yeah.
Well, who do you think gets the Elon Musk story?
Netflix.
No, Netflix gets their own. Well, Netflix.
You know that they would.
Do you know
that they would? Because where I'm seeing Netflix going, everything that people are just like, y'all could just not be trash or have a platform. Netflix is like, well, what if we did?
What if we did both?
Because people should have room to speak.
Okay.
Even if we don't agree with them.
We entertain Netflix, but I have a question. Do we consider that Ava or Anna W?
You know something? Parler
as theirs. The
Ava DuVernay.
Do we consider Netflix having DuVernay or whatever the fuck her name is?
Ava DuVernay.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what
so.
About her?
Okay, so Netflix is out because they've got Ava.
Why?
I'm trying to spread it out. If everybody has one, who doesn't have one that we could give it to? Who we could give
Disney.
the Elon Musk?
I would say Disney, but Disney already has enough things since World War II that they already have to put content warnings for. We can go ahead and give them a pass. Peacock, I guess.
Peacock.
You know something?
So in conjunction with NBC News.
Actually, you want to know what? No. You want to know who we can give it to? Parler.
I want to see it. I actually just want to watch it. I don't want to watch it on a Twitter clone.
No. Absolutely go. It's absolutely going to be on Parler. You want to know? It's going to be produced by Parler with cryptocurrency. Watch.
That doesn't. Because again, it's not to make him look good. It's to make him look bad. It's to actually tell the actual story. So I don't think it would be on Parler because
you're talking about truth. You're talking about truth telling here.
Again, just like the Theranos story, Uber, WeWork, all of those are the exposés of these companies.
Oh, that's Apple TV then.
Well, they got WeWork. Apple TV has WeWork. I'm trying to spread the love here.
What about Paramount Plus?
Paramount Plus?
Game Pass.
Well, that's Showtime. Game Pass? What are we playing a video game? What the fuck?
Crackle.
Put on Crunchyroll.
Put on Crackle. There you go.
I'm thinking probably HBO Max. Either HBO Max or Peacock. I would say Peacock though, because they can work with NBC News.
Right, because Peacock does do some of the podcast movies. I think they do do they do Dr. Death? Yeah, I think they do Dr. Death, and I know they did one the Dateline one called The Thing About Pam. Not the whole series, so I'm like, ooh.
So yeah, I think the Elon one should go to Peacock. They can work with NBC News.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's
Dateline.
Great.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't want a Dateline. I want it's the truth is based off of a podcast or expose or article that came out, but sprinkled in a little drama and hey, we're distorting some things to make it more interesting to watch.
Right. Embellish a few things.
Yeah.
But this is ultimately what happened, but this is just we're just making it a little bit, we're just zhuzhing it up for a little flavor. Yeah.
Anywho. In light of all of the actual news of Elon Musk and Twitter, which, by the way, shout out to the Twitter board, say, you know what, fuck it, if he buys it, we got poison pills, bitches, ha-ha! We'll kill ourselves before we let him take it.
Well, means the thing is, what are they going to do? You're going to let someone who can't pass a simple background check? You know what? I own stock in Twitter. I own stock in Twitter, and I hope it goes away if Elon tries. You know something? To be fair, I think I have less to worry about. But the reason that I feel like I have less to worry about is because Jack isn't working there.
Why not Elon just buy Block? Leave Twitter alone. Go buy Block.
Why doesn't Elon just not touch another thing ever? You have leave us alone.
This is also the man that said, "Hey, if you're working on more than one, if you were the CEO of more than one company, you're doing too much." He told that to Jack.
He said what?
He told Jack, if you were the CEO of more than one company, you're doing too much.
As you have a whole car company and a whole rocket company.
Don't forget the Boring Company and Neuralink.
And the Boring. Oh yeah, Boring Company. Well, we just make flamethrowers.
There's 4 companies he runs that we know of. Anywho, despite all of that, I only brought this article up so we could talk about the Twitter stuff. Decentralized Twitter alternative Mastodon officially arrives on the Google Play Store. There is now an app for a decentralized Twitter clone. If you want me to start a Mastodon instance, I will. It's not a thing, but yeah. Hey, there is an alternative.
Major really did just say, if you want me to start one, I will. Like he isn't already starting one anyway.
I have, but it's not there anymore. The instance of the hypocrisy, simple Elon Musk is a pure Mitch. Like I said, Seto Kaiba without the cutting or the nerves. Yeah, he is a Mitch.
Mm-hmm. Old Mitch ass.
Moving on. Surfshark VPN and other popular virtual private network services fail security tests.
Oh Lord, what are we gonna tell the YouTubers?
Yeah, you're right, because you recognize this one, right? I'm gonna ask you, who do you watch who advertises for Surfshark?
Ooh.
Because there was one recently. I would have ignored this if it wasn't for me seeing it recently.
Strictly Dumpling was one. Fuck. What's his name? Harry? Hank. Skill Up.
For me, it's a Mr. Who's the Boss.
Oh. But yeah, that's one of
the other big tech YouTuber.
Yeah, that's one of those that are like, they come up a lot, like Skillshark, NordVPN, Skillshare, Nebula, Curiosity Stream, HelloFresh a
lot. Let's see here. Several well-known VPN providers, including Surfshark, Turbo VPN, and Viper VPN, are among 6 brands called out for a risky practice that potentially undermines user security. As part of its Deceptor program, security research firm App Esteem found that providers' apps install a Trusted Root Certificate Authority, or CA cert, on users' devices, and some providers even fail to obtain users' consent for doing so. TechRadar Pro security expert Mike Williams stated, installing Trusted Root Certificates isn't good practice. If it's compromised, it could allow an attacker to forge more certificates, impersonate other domains, and intercept your communications. So, yeah.
You know, I'm not a betting person. I'm not. But you know, there is a sneaking suspicion I have about the kind of people who would use Surfshark VPN. Because you know how people try to be anonymous to do things, and the people who are anonymous to do things that are kind of low-key terrible people always end up being the people who have massive security gaps in their stuff? I'm just saying. That's purely conjecture, but I feel like it's a very strongly educated one.
So yeah, if you were out there using Surfshark VPN, maybe don't. Just don't do it. NordVPN, Express. Well, actually, I still don't even fucking trust Nord after their huge ass leak. A leak big enough to where some YouTubers are like, yeah, I know I was pushing Nord before. We talked to Nord and they've told us about the issues and they're working out the... If you have the YouTubers who are hawking your shit, apologizing for you, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. And that was back when I wasn't using a VPN regularly. Who's ready to go back in time once again? Remember our old friends Lapsus? And the company Okta, who, you know, said like hundreds of their customers were possibly at risk for a security breach, and we acted too slowly to do anything about it? Well, they said that yes, we still acted a little slow. But Lapsus only had access to a third party for 25 minutes and only hit 2 customers, and even then those customers weren't really that much affected. However, like this, for me, this article is like, boy, Lapsus really, I don't know how big, I want to know how big the NVIDIA hack was, because they said there was going to be more to come, and granted, there may have been more, but they've all been, like, at least one of them have been arrested, so maybe we're not seeing more. Or maybe they just didn't have shit that, you know, they said they had. Because, yeah, this Okta breach that came out a couple weeks ago seems like small potatoes. That's Lapsus. That's my thing for Lapsus. For Okta, while I still am not happy with the timing of their response, the fact that they circled the fucking wagons, alerted everybody when they did the investigation, said, okay, you know what? Yeah, it was overblown. My bad. Only 2 people for a little bit of time had access, and the people who let them in, yeah, we let them go. We terminated that fucking contract. Fuck those guys. We're handling it in-house now. Other companies, if you're suffering or going to be, which it's going to be inevitable, you're going to suffer from a security breach, learn from Okta. Honestly, at the end of all of this, even though they had that one little snafu at the beginning, this is how you handle shit. You circle them fucking wagons, you do the investigation, and you let people know how bad it actually is. It's very rare that we hear that, oh, it was not that bad.
Right.
After an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's look at Capcom.
Yep.
Oh, it was bad. Oh my God, it was worse. We didn't know.
Right.
And this totally could have been prevented if we didn't force people to have to come into an office and use terrible VPNs.
Yep. It's literally the course of, because whenever a breach happens, we always know after the breach, and once we've had a good understanding of what happened in said breach. Like, you know, like, hey, everything was breached. We now know the extent of the breach. Might want to monitor your credit. You know, change the passwords. You know, keep an eye on your credit. Whatever for the next couple of weeks. It's gonna be a rough deal. But it was like with Capcom, it was like, yeah, we were breached. We don't know what. Oh. And then it was like, and then it was a literal avalanche.
Yeah, this is worse. My bad.
It's like you find, it's like, oh, the basement is flooded, and then we open the door, and it's like, oh, we've unlocked a parallel dimension full of Lovecraftian horrors.
my bad. That's on me, guys. That's on me.
Oops, we got breached, and we might have summoned Cthulhu.
Sorry, that's on me. That's on me. That's on me. My bad. In crypto news,
yep.
iCloud crypto wallet attack saw $650,000 stolen from a trader within seconds, and MetaMask vulnerability revealed. Now, another thing that I am not entirely too happy about on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, or that's included on Samsung phones, is the ability to store blockchain wallets. I don't like that. Why?
And that's why they called it MetaMask, I'm sure.
Huh?
And that's why they called it MetaMask, I'm sure.
Well, this has nothing to do with Samsung, but like this was a tangent because like, oh yes, that's right. I discovered this the other day when I was going through settings. And I just ignored it. I was like, well, that sucks. And I ignored it. It will be there on my phone, but it will never be used. Hopefully, not by choice. I will say that. Let's see. Dominic Lacavone received an unusual phone call from Apple on Friday night. He received several messages asking him to reset his Apple ID password, and so suspected the caller of being a scam. But the call came through on his iPhone as Apple Incorporated. Oh boy. With a number associated with Apple's online store, so rang back. The person on the other side of the phone said Lacavone's account had been compromised and that they needed the one-time code Apple sent to his iPhone. Oh my God, you fucking moron. I read this before. Reading it again, it fucking sucks.
Apple never should have. Apple has it. So why are you calling it? Why is Apple having to call you and ask it from you?
Lacavone gave it to them. 2 seconds later, he recounted in a Twitter thread the crypto wallet was wiped dry. You fucking moron. In the year of our Lord 2022, you being the free thinker, internet savvy maven that you are to own NFTs and cryptocurrency, decided in your infinite wisdom to give somebody who called you a code that you did not generate.
Y'all hear something?
It sounds like dumbass fuckery to me.
You know, like what I'm hearing is the siren call of Insomnia Cookies. Hey, small audience break here. What cookies do y'all want from the store? Like I can get anything delivered like straight up to the house, and I think I might. Like, what are we thinking? Double chocolate chip here? Are you thinking like mint chocolate chip? Like, what's popping?
I'm more of a sugar cookie or a snickerdoodle type of person.
Oh, they do have snickerdoodles at this store if you want to order snickerdoodles.
Delicious. They are fucking delicious. Well, at least the one near me, I imagine maybe slightly different. But
and in celebration of 420, a day in which every single person who's in jail for marijuana possession should be free and exonerated, period, end of discussion, they made cookie nachos. They have like dipping sauces and bits of pretzels and all this other stuff. It's great.
What the fuck?
Sounds delightful.
Listen, let's talk about Insomnia Cookies, okay? Insomnia Cookies, you know those are things that are made purely for stoners. The end.
Good point.
They are a place that will bring you cookies until 1:30 a.m. They are meant for people who are high.
Munchie style cookie nachos. What?
Do they bring milk?
What is?
Yes.
Yeah.
White or chocolate. They will bring you milk or they will bring you ice cream. They will bring you cookies, milk, and ice cream. They will bring you a cookie cake, milk, and ice cream.
18 our mini chocolate chip cookies drizzled with cookie butter and caramel and topped with crushed potato chips. What the fuck, bro?
See, here's the thing. I wasn't expecting I was expecting like nachos in the form of like Doritos, like, and then you would dip them like, dips and salsa. I was not expecting nachos. Like, I was expecting like nachos as we know them to be in cookie form. I was thinking like about chips and salsa, like a chips and salsa type deal, but like, like a fruity salsa, like, like cookie shaped nachos, and you dip them in like a fruity salsa, a chutney. Mm-hmm. But I was not prepared. I was not prepared for nachos Belgrande of cookies. That's what I wasn't expecting.
They made sure to correct that perception. They had to get you right.
I don't know how to feel about any of this.
That's way too much awesome. That's way too much awesome at once. I can't handle. I say it's like he shall not be named. It's like one man can't have all these nachos.
Hold.
Uh-oh. Also, yeah, I'm actually.
They have strawberry milk in this menu. See, Kevin, My man Kevin understands when I say they have chocolate milk in this menu. Glory be unto God. They have.
Kevin can't come to the phone right now. Kevin is out.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to figure out how do you get to the milk. I want to see it
Leave a message.
There's a drinks menu item up there.
I don't have that.
You should. It says featured cookie magic, cookies, boxes, sandwiches, cakes, ice cream.
I see packs,
Keep going.
sides, and catering. It just stops. There's no milk menu. Hold on.
You know, something you may have to.
I'm gonna have to give them an address. That's probably what it is. So I'm not gonna.
I'm not
gonna do that.
I was about to say you might not want to do that right now, but you might want to do that at some point and see how that goes.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember what NC State's address is because that's the closest Insomnia Cookie is at NC State. I would have put in their address and see what it was, but fuck it.
I need y'all to understand that I am ordering that strawberry milk. I'm not playing. Like we're doing that today.
Let's see.
Okay, so back, like I had to give y'all that reprieve from like the nonsense of things like this as it relates to all of those like topics and stuff. These are like, hold on, this is a gift from someone else. No, it isn't. It's for me. Hello.
There we go. I'm gonna take my old job's address here and I'm gonna pop it in.
My absolute favorite thing is ordering something and they're just like ordering something and being like, do you mean this is for someone else? And I'm like, I absolutely don't mean this for someone else. It is for me. Bring it to my house, the whole thing.
Yes, they have strawberry milk here too. And yes, for anybody who was watching the stream or watching this after the fact, no, that is not my address. You clearly saw me Google my old office building. So yeah, you can go to engineering building 2 all you want. I'm not sure why.
I ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be there. It really sucks when I'm coming home from Cary and it's like, I was talking to Kev before the show, like how I have a craving for Whoppers sometimes. I'll be looking for the nearest Burger King in Cary, and they have to take me to NC State to the Burger King on campus. I'm like, fuck. This is not where I wanted to be today. But damn, I want this Whopper.
Something.
I could not wait till I get home. I want it now.
Live your absolute best life. It is something you richly deserve.
Anywho, yes, so social engineering in the year of our Lord 2022.
Do better.
Like the thing is, that's kind of the nature of how social things works. It assumes a whole bunch of things.
That you're a rich idiot?
Well, I mean, never mind that. There's a lot of things that people just assume.
Yeah.
Like we'll just like do and be things like, create a situation. Like there was a woman who like called like a company and got someone to like change who was authorized on the account and who had control of it by just like sounding distressed while playing a background sound, like a looping background sound of a baby crying. Like it's just, there are ways that people have of handling things and the way that we're set up to like process stuff that just gets us into this. So I'm just saying.
Look, Merge, I know you're not in LA, but I'm just looking for the closest, it's like the closest LA address. Just to see what is on the West Coast. They will deliver. They do deliver in Los Angeles. There is an Insomnia. Well, I mean, they offer drinks, so I imagine they will ship. Oh no, it changed. Oh no, it fucking in Cali, you get oat milk. Not only do you get the strawberry milk, but you can get oat white milk and oat chocolate milk.
Mm-hmm. I was about to ask about alternative milk.
No, not look, Burge, I don't know where you live, but at least at this random McDonald's in LA, they will deliver you Insomnia Cookies with strawberry milk.
God bless you.
Thank you. I did mute my mic though, right?
I know, but I knew you.
No, I'm asking just to make sure.
Yeah, you muted your mic, but I was like, God bless you anyway.
Yeah, like the action. I know you can see that. I just wanted to make sure. It's like, damn it, this mic was supposed to mute me.
That's what happens. That's what happens on my stream all the time. I sneeze and then Brittany's like, I sneeze, I mute the mic, sneeze, and then unmute, and then Brittany's like, bless you. And
again, we can sit there and talk about how expensive Elgato shit is. But again, I think we did come to the conclusion that the Elgato Wave 3 is it's a reasonably priced microphone.
Yeah.
And shout out to this fucking capacitive mute button.
Oh, that saves my life.
It is the fucking best. And like, for those who don't know, I said at the top of the show, I have a cold. I was an idiot coming back from vacation. Decided I'm going to wear shorts in 40-degree weather while waiting for a bus. No, do not do that. That is a dumb fucking move. But I made that move anyway, and now I am paying the price for that. Mm-hmm. So yes, I am sorry if I sound congested, but yeah, it helps. You're muting the mic, turn off the camera so I can handle some sinus-related problems during the show.
Oh yeah, it was pretty much almost damn near the cost of the mic for me, because I was like, oh yeah, I definitely need this shit. Because
I mean, like, I have the switchboard where I can mute it from voice meter, but yeah, it helps to not have to move that far.
Right. It's literally just like.
Okay, now that I have made Merge want cookies and strawberry milk, yeah. You know what? I will always report when crypto bros take a fucking L. Mm-hmm. I use this as a cautionary tale for everybody else, though. Please, if somebody is calling asking for a password, a two-factor authentication code, any of that shit, and you did not log into anything, do not give it to anyone. It is for you. Mm-hmm. What the phone gives to you, it is for you.
Can I also just tell you, every single one of you who are dealing with this have also dealt with several prompts from almost everything that you enjoy that tell you, hey there, friends. Here's a list of things that people from our company will literally never ask you for or send you or do over anything but an official email that you cannot reply to. And if you ever see anything outside of the 3 conditions we specify in our terms and conditions, do not respond, because that is literally not us. So don't do this.
And keep in mind too, this was an iPhone. When you log in through Apple and they're asking for that code, it will give you a location of where you signed in from. If you were signing in from if it is saying that you were signing in from a place that you are not at,
be like, send me your location.
Now keep in mind, for me, I have to remember that because of my unique IP address situation, that I signed in from 2 places.
Right.
I will tell you that, yes, I signed in from Garner, North Carolina. That is actually where I am from. That's where I am currently. I will not tell you the other one, though, just in case some of my childs would come get me.
Right.
I can tell, like, I know where that second place is, because if I pull up Best Buy right now, it's like a 50% chance that Best Buy will say that I am in that other location.
Right.
Because it tends to forget that I don't live there.
Yeah, it was funny. Like I had got an alert on this was like months ago. I had got an alert on my phone because my mom's account, I'm like the administrator of her account. So she was like trying to log into her account, and like she got like dinged, and so she couldn't do the password. I got an alert from Google saying like somebody's trying to access the account, and I was like, who's trying to hack my mama? I'm like, call the war. I was about to be like, call the war teams. We ride. And I'm like, hold on. And I was like, wait a minute. Let me make sure. So I calmly, rationally talked to my mom and says, Mom, I'm not mad, but did you try to log into your account, your Google account? And she was like, yeah. Okay. You didn't know the password? Okay. Crisis averted. Call down the war chiefs. You know, like, because I was about to have a council meeting, and we were finna find out what we were finna do next. What was our next steps? Because Wakanda was finna arise for that. So I'm like, somebody came for Rosmanda, and I'm like, I am not having it. We will not have it.
Speaking of things that people will not have.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Apple says that we will not have unions.
Mm-hmm. Tim Apple said, no.
We believe, yes, at Apple, we believe in total and complete control. Mm-hmm. That goes for our iOS devices, our iPhones, but also our employees. While we did lose that lawsuit in which we were searching our employees' bags as they were leaving the Apple store, we believe that was just a learning opportunity for us. Now, as some of our employees are planning to rise up and unionize, we believe that we cannot stand up because of the fact that if they are bringing in outside representation to negotiate on their behalf, we believe that those people can be exploited and can hinder the security of our employment apparatus. And will not allow us to have complete control and to make sure everybody is being treated fairly under our employment guidelines. Back to you, Tim.
So, I don't know where you read that from. That's the thing.
I did. I made that up. That was all off the dome. That was not read anywhere. That was me ripping off of an Apple presentation of squashing a union.
Here is the problem with the whole thing for me. Honestly, this is the same stuff that radicalized me back in the earlier parts of 2020. You want to know what is amusing to me? Is that people are in terrible work conditions. And the only way that they know of to fight back, well, one of them, in a way that companies have to listen to, because, you know, something power, something without a demand, is to unionize. And you know what the first response is every time the concept of unionizing comes up?
But why? It's great here.
No, not even, but why? You want to know what is wild to me about what the first response is? And I'm talking about 100% of the time. Okay, so hear us out here. What if you don't unionize, but we gave you better benefits and more equitable pay and did the other things that you have been asking HR to do, or our internal companies to do, we're talking to your line managers about, or anything that we've seen people tweeting about for reasons as leaving the company, or any of that stuff for like the entirety of the time that our company has existed. You want to know what's wild to me is the fact that you make the case for unionizing with every single word you write, because all you tell us is, well, we could have done this the first time, but we didn't. But now that we understand that you have enough power to leverage to make us do it, we're trying to stop you.
And then you create a website about it.
And then you go in a website and you say, let's highlight the ways that we are the favors that we are doing for you as workers here, or what have you. Like, sure, you're making us money and you are never going to make as much money, like money from us as you make for us. But, and I'm just like, you know what? If the efforts that y'all make mean my phone literally stops working tomorrow, then Godspeed.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are so exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
So very exhausting. So tiring. With the way that y'all will offer things to these people to placate them, which, here's the thing, you're not offering over and above. You are offering people, in most cases, what they asked for, which is reasonable. You'll consistently do less, ask for and then when people just go, hey, pay us a living wage or what have you, so I don't have to have 2 jobs while working here in order to function and live and be able to pay rent and whatever, make a big deal out of it. And when we figure out a way to make you do the thing, because here's the thing, asking companies to do the right thing is a courtesy. We can burn this bitch to the ground today.
I mean, you could.
So
There are some laws behind that, but I mean, yes, I know we get arrested and or killed for literally existing.
No, here's this is what I'm
home.
going to say here. It is Major's job to make, like, between Major and I, it is our job to balance each other out with disclaimers after making very passionate statements. But when I talk about things burning to the ground, I'm not literally advocating for arson, but I am talking about tanking your stock prices. I am talking about your stores being empty. I am talking about the fact that, for example, I went to a Wendy's and they said we don't have enough people to work here today, so the store is closed indefinitely. Like, we could absolutely do that. And will. Y'all are going to run us these coins whether you want to or not, because you have enough to do that. If you have enough to continue to give the CEO of the company $10 million extra a year, if you have the nerve and audacity to be out here making 3 times the amount of money during a global pandemic that you have ever before and still pay workers like trash, then y'all can go ahead and get these unions. Or your company can crumble. And I'm fine with either one. And the only reason I'm hoping that y'all get these unions and that the company doesn't crumble is because I would like people to have means to pay for things. We are going to drag you into doing the right thing, kicking and screaming. Y'all aren't going to sit here and just slowly kill us for no reason and expect no resistance. The end. I'm done.
Yes, look at this Apple. Look at this Apple store. This is great. Got your specialist, and your business expert, and the technical specialist, and the manager, and the genius. That's what the genius does. It's so great. There's many things you can do. Did you know that they're hiring right now? Part-time roles for full-time lives.
I wonder why that is.
Look at all these wonderful people who work at Apple retail. Back to the original story though. We'll get to that in a second. Apple Store employees at flagship NYC location are taking the first steps towards unionizing. But they're not alone, because the folks over there at ATL Atlanta stand up. So we join in the fight too. Also, I think another thing happened while we were on a hiatus. Shout out to the Amazon warehouse workers over in Staten Island, New York, for successfully unionizing. So shouts out to them. So yep. Apple Store employees are about to get their due. Shouts out to them. Good luck to them. They're gonna need it. We got your back. Also, as you saw here, me scrolling through this site here, Apple has
actually. I'm very curious. I'm very curious about this, considering what our next article is. I can't wait for this.
Oh, the Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Apple Retail Careers website has been updated, as you can see here, to kind of highlight all the benefits and all the jobs you can have by working in Apple Retail. All the things you could do. Why would you want to unionize? You have all of these things. It's just a plethora of things you can do and make and be if you weren't and didn't unionize. You could potentially lose this stuff like health and wellness, paid leave, education support, Apple stock. Like, come on, do you not know how much that's worth now? Product discounts, you know how expensive our shit is? You want to donate? We'll match it. We'll match the donations. Come on, man. Look, you can find a community within your community. Come on, man. What are we doing? See this Flatbush building? Look at that. That's dope, right? You can work here. That's better than a union. But now let's talk about some games. Specifically, Nintendo. Nintendo hit by... Oh, what happened to me scroll? Oh, boy. I've lost the ability to scroll. Okay, never mind. Because I lost the ability to scroll. Oh, no. Nintendo hit by a worker complaint over right to unionize. A Nintendo of America staff member has filed an official complaint concerning alleged company interference in unionization efforts. Both Nintendo and its hiring company, Aston Carter, are named in the complaint uncovered by Axios, which was filed with the U.S. National Labor Relations Board in Washington State, where Nintendo's North American business is headquartered. Exact details of the complaint have not been made public, though the complaint highlights several general categories in which Nintendo and Aston Carter are alleged to have been at fault. These include coercive statements, coercive actions, employee discharge, and concerted activities. And since this has come out, Nintendo has shared a statement. We are aware of the claim, which was filed with the National Labor Relations Board by a contractor who was previously terminated for the disclosure of confidential information and for no other reason. Nintendo was not aware of any attempts to unionize or related activity and intends to cooperate with the investigation conducted by the NLRB. Nintendo is fully committed to providing a welcoming and supportive work environment for all our employees and contractors. We take matters of employment very seriously. So, in short, now we fired them for talking. We don't know nothing about no union. They were talking about union. First we heard about them. The union. No, we fired him because he just couldn't keep mouth damn shut, motherfucker. He was just being bad employee. We just let him go. Union? Did y'all hear about a union? A union? Nah, I ain't hear about no union. Kev, you are muted.
There you go. Not my joke not landed. Like Miyamoto, you don't know about. You ain't heard about no union? Nah, I heard nothing. Anuma, you heard about anything? Nah, man. Sakurai, you heard about anything? Nah, man, I ain't heard nothing, man. I ain't heard nothing about. No, I ain't heard nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yo, Reggie, man, leave me out. I ain't even here. I don't even work there no more.
Reggie's like, my name is Lee, and I can't see. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me out of this. My name's Wes, and I'm not in this mess. So, yeah, now I'm living my best life, playing my Switch, whatever.
Look, I work at. Oh wait, no, I don't work at GameStop either. My bad.
He don't work. He living his best life on his own right now. On his own, getting his body ready.
Sid, thoughts?
Nope.
None?
I didn't know. I don't know nothing. I didn't hear nothing. Go little rock stars. I heard nothing whatsoever.
Do it. And together. What?
In more crypto news, and speaking of a terrible company that's already in progress, apparently there was big news over the weekend that I didn't really see materialize, but there were just rumors going around about it. About ABK wanting to get into crypto. Blizzard president Mike Ybarra said, fuck that shit. That's not happening. Nah, stop that. No. Just no.
Because the last thing ABK needs is more attention, more news articles.
Right. Like we got to issue a loot boxes. Don't just no.
The last thing they need is more news articles, right?
So we just bought Zynga. No, wait, no. I'm sorry. That's take two. My bad.
That's take two.
Yeah, that's take two.
Yeah.
I can see them getting into crypto.
Well,
shark cards. Yeah. Limited edition shark cards.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to talk about that because people in the gaming things are about to have a kerfuffle finding out that, one of those fueling brands or what have you has been adopted by
Oh man. If only you got out back when they supported, the mustachioed pervert in the bathroom.
It's one of those things of being like, if there was anybody left who did not know that company was trash, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, the people that are literally supporting the trash company.
But I mean, you can disembark today.
Just kick that barge off.
Yep, get your gamer fuel from elsewhere.
Yes. Roblox game claiming to have Kim Kardashian's sex tape ad was discovered by her son. The Roblox Corporation has since banned the offending developer. Roblox has banned a developer following an episode of The Kardashians, which showed Kim Kardashian's son discovering a game that claimed to contain a new sex tape featuring the reality star. The episode shows 6-year-old Saint West running over to Kardashian with his iPad, gleefully showing her that her infamous crying face was being advertised on the children's mega platform. Things quickly turned sour, however, once Kardashian discovered that the game was apparently advertising a new sex tape featuring her within. Later in the episode, Kardashian calls Ye. I'm really mad that they typed Ye. The motherfucker's name is Kanye. I don't care what law says otherwise. Kardashian calls Ye while crying, especially concerned that their son could have potentially seen explicit imagery of herself on what is largely supposed to be a children's platform. Quote, it was a game that someone made of Roblox and it said Kim's new sex tape. When you clicked on it, she told him. She later threatened to sue, saying, quote, I have all the time, all the money, and all of the resources to burn them all to the fucking ground. Because again, the only reason why you're not successful is because you're not working. You can sue Roblox too if you got off your ass and actually did work. Remember, she said that. That was an actual thing she said, except for the Roblox part.
She apologized. Well, she had to apologize-ish for that.
Shouldn't come out your mouth to begin with.
Too late.
Yeah, it's too late to damn it. Again, we've covered this. Like, I believe this was just before you got on a couple weeks ago, where again, you say the thing. By the time you come for the retraction, it's already too late. The damage is done.
I don't know if it was even a retraction. I was just remembering watching people like get, the clap ups and the clownery happening in the form of, do you want to talk to us about the people that are doing the work for the companies that you have? How much are you paying them? Because surely those people are living luxurious lives since they are working very hard.
Oh wait, I just realized I'm muted there. So I needed my side to be audible.
No. Oh, okay. You know something? Maybe I just don't understand the minds and the hearts of CEOs that are apparently so much smarter than me. You know what?
Wait, we talking about Kim or the CEO of Roblox?
Just CEOs in general.
Okay.
Because what do I know?
Okay, though it's not, on Roblox. Same was on Roblox.
Okay, you know what? Seeing that initial clip, it did look kind of fake.
We'll see how that goes.
Oh, we already know how it went. The developer is gone.
Although, let's talk about that too, because here's the thing. That's something.
Over there, Saint was just very happy about whatever he discovered.
It's one of those things like, I don't like the idea of even remotely joking about it, but I also wouldn't be surprised at all if we found out later that that was just a thing for this TV show. I would be furious.
Yeah, plot line.
Anyway, carry on.
See, this is one where I wish Anka was here. For all the times we try to get her to stop saying, her glorious Xbox, and whatever else is after that. See, companies can learn that there are very problematic statements or very problematic names that they use. Unfortunately, like the Washington football team or wherever the fuck they are now, it took them forever to change a name. However, a peripheral company, Glorious PC Gaming Race, becomes glorious as it finally ditches racial branding. They finally did the thing. I've never heard of Glorious up until now, but somebody finally listens to, hey, this ain't great. Like, you keep saying master race. This ain't just, or gaming race or whatever. Like, this ain't great. It's not a good look for you.
They're known as the Commanders now.
Oh. Okay, I guess. What is it? What does it even look like? What is it? Now I gotta know. Washington Commanders. Okay, so they kept the colors. Well, I mean, I guess that wasn't the problem.
It was that them colors wasn't the problem.
Yeah, the colors weren't the problem. Is this a W? Like, there's no actual logo?
I'm looking at the website, and it just says like, "Hey, command," and I'm like, all right.
No, I'm good. Yeah, just a W. I guess we'll find out sooner or later who the commander is, but yeah. So yeah, company changed its name. They're learning. It's good. In software updates, it's a good day for me because anytime there is a major Linux update, I am here for it. Ubuntu 22.04 is available for download. So, of course, keep an eye out. There might be some sites going down for a little bit as I do some upgrades.
Oh, you know something?
Yes.
I forgot to mention for gaming because, like, this is just me, like, with geekery and nerdery. Apparently, and I believe it is for the Switch, they have a, like, tactical RPG Digimon game coming out. That's like very much my shit, and I am very excited about it. I just need say that because listen, Final Fantasy Tactics, the way they just came up with Project Triangle Strategy, and now we're about to have Digimon up in this bitch. Yes, give me the Fire Emblem realness in Digimon form. Run it to me. I will just go ahead and give you the wallet and a blank check. Have a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that did nothing for me.
Be like, give me the money.
Oh, do you need to like? Would you like a link to the thing?
Yeah, that actually might help.
Okay.
Digimon Sabaibu did not do anything for me.
Oh no, is like it was typed in Japanese? Is Digimon Survive? If you want to look that up.
Oh, okay.
Digimon.
But yeah, it's called Digimon Survive. I am looking very forward to that. I absolutely am.
Change into digital champions too.
Like, bitch, you gave me Angewomon in a tactics game. Slide the game under the door and then do not speak to me for a year.
Put the game in my hand.
But boy, hold
the
on.
fact that this trailer says gameplay and I really haven't seen any.
This is like, put the game in my hand and then leave. I do not want a conversation. I want the game.
I feel like I was lied to by this video. There was nothing gameplay in that.
When is the...
Is there any game for a game that's coming on July?
At the end of July.
But I feel like, again, like that's like about 2 months, 3 months. And there's no gameplay? There's a producer update where he gave the date, but yeah, still nothing in regards to gameplay.
I suppose at this point, honestly, here's how I feel about it. I hope it comes out when, like when they were planning to, but if it doesn't, anytime that they just go, hey, this might get pushed back, I'm just like, yes, please, by all means, do that.
Take your time. Take your time. We'll be here. Maybe.
I absolutely will be. Are you kidding me?
I mean, something else could happen, and, I may not be in this physical location. I might be located somewhere else. Just literally speaking, I may or may not be here.
Fair.
Look, I had to pivot. All that same bit. In deals. For once, I don't have a gaming deal. I actually have a tech deal. A deal that I really feel like people should take advantage of. The latest Google One perk is a free Titan security key that lets you enable two-factor authentication, aka two-step verification, on your online accounts. To be eligible, you have to be... Ooh, geez. Voice breaking here. To be eligible, you have to be paying for an active 2 terabyte plan or higher plan between April 18th and October 18th, 2022. Only Google One plan managers are eligible, with pricing starting at $9.99 a month or $99.99 annually. The company tells us that this current promo is only available in the US. For those who do not know what a Titan key is, I wish I could make these images bigger. Can I? Oh, there we go. It is one of these things. For some people, they may know them as UB keys. Essentially, what you do is you plug them into USB ports, and when it asks you, hey, do you want to authenticate? You tap your finger on the little button. Take this button here or this button here, and it logs you in. It just kind of like automatically fills in information for you. It authenticates who you are using a second device that only you have, without having to transfer, like without typing in passwords, any of that shit. If there's a keylogger, you ain't got to worry about that. Just plug it in, tap your little finger, and it signs you in. The beautiful thing about these is that they're also NFC. So you can use them on your phone or your tablet. You tap your key to your phone, it unlocks it. See, well, I guess it is phone. I don't know that many tablets that have NFC. But you can tap it to the back of your phone, and it authenticates. Yes, it would be bad business, but if you're using it, especially with your Google account, you should have multiple ways of getting access to your Google account at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of security things you can use with NFC and phones, I tweeted about this too. Apparently, if you have certain phones, specifically, I think at this point, only Android devices, a Capital One credit card, at least, and the Capital One app, you can sit there and say, hey, I own this card, by tapping the NFC card to the back of the phone, and it authenticates. I didn't have to type in any credit card information. I just tapped my card to the back of the phone. It's like, yep, you definitely own this card. You just tapped it to the back of this phone. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm in the fucking future now. What the hell? Where they do this at?
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
I mean, and I looked, I typed, like, it's your move now, Apple. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, bro.
Your move.
Oh, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Well, speaking of Seto Kaiba.
Is that the opening when Elon Musk walks on stage now? I feel like anytime something serious happens with Elon Musk, they need to put the Yu-Gi, like any kind of Seto Kaiba entrance and dialogue over it.
Mm.
But also, I'm going to step away from the screen for a brief few moments. You can leave the camera running, though. You'll see why when I get back.
But in gaming deals, of course, we've got the latest updates with Game Pass. You know, of course, the best deal in gaming. Kev, did you know Game Pass has PC games?
It does.
It's
PC Game Pass.
Indeed it is. They're bringing Bud Snacks to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
The way Microsoft just keeps punching at Sony.
Mm-hmm. First is like MLB The Show. Now it's Bugsnax.
They did it twice, though.
Did it twice.
And I was like, Bugsnax. You know that thing you know that game that you got for free with your PS5?
Yeah.
For a month?
Yeah.
Now you can just play it for free as a part of as a part of Game Pass. On
which I will be playing.
Console and PC. You don't even need to fucking own an Xbox to play this damn game.
Mm-mm.
And I'm just talking about Bugsnax.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Look what's here. Look what's here. And just in time for the end of the show.
So hold on, let me top up on the cookies a bit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we do have gameplay here of Digimon Survive, or at least a snapshot.
Yeah. I've seen a little bit of it. I was like, oh, I like that.
So before we end, there we go. Yeah, I would like to see some gameplay, but this actually might be something I'd be into.
Yeah, it's definitely giving like Final Fantasy Tactics for real.
See, I have no touchstone for that, but it looks like some Fire Emblem, Wargroove, Advanced Wars stuff for me. So
yeah,
I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
But Sin, it's like you got something there.
What, you mean cookies?
Maybe.
I mean, I do have cookies, but are we talking about other things that I will be doing this week?
Sure, we can get into that too.
I mean, aside from that, unless I'm being asked a question, what was happening?
No. I mean, that's it. It's end of the show. We're at that point. Yes.
So, this past week was tabletop games with Neon Lights Roleplay and Wessel Hauser for the Eldritch Tide this week. There will be more Eldritch Tide next week, and then I am taking a vacation.
Ooh.
So I will be missing for the majority of next week after Monday. Although I think there may be a surprise stream on Sunday.
Gasp.
During the daytime when people can actually be there. So that might be a thing. And
He says that as if people aren't there at night on a weekday.
well, it'll be different people, but also it's on a
It'll be
weekend.
different
I
people.
am going to see also about visiting the nail salon and come back with colors and other festive decorative things.
Ooh.
And maybe a dash of writing, because these tabletop settings that I like are not going to write themselves.
Makes sense.
And that's about it here.
Awesome. Kev.
Sir.
What you got going on?
Well, we've been playing this new game called Terraformers. It kind of has that like civilization-esque type style to it, where you can like basically set up your different cities, you know, augment your cities with different buildings that help the overall nature of everything. Like if you need titanium, silicates, food, water, power, and whatnot. So that came out. I was very hyped about that because it is hella fun. Because I love them good Forex games, and so I've been doing stuff with that. Hopefully be wrapping up Kirby pretty soon, so I can jump into some other stuff. Got Metopia, so I bought another Switch game, so that counts like 3 Switch games now, and then probably another Switch game by the end of year. Not end of year, but end of year because Pokemon's coming out. And then probably by end of month, I'm probably going to get Switch ports.
But he says
but
he says he's not a Nintendo fan.
I mean, I'm not a Nintendo fan.
This is what he keeps saying.
But I like Nintendo games.
I don't.
And I'm apt to play them.
I don't know how to. I honestly, I don't know how to explain it.
Really, this been like the last like year or so. It's been kind of like wild. That I've been like, these joints been on sale. But anyway.
I'm not a Nintendo fan.
Yeah. Because they've been on sale.
So he's a bunch of Nintendo fan, but he ain't gonna take that either.
I don't like that either.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that's pretty much it. Yep. Wait.
Thank you, Jerry. Could have fooled us.
Yeah.
Could have fooled us.
Could have fooled us, but y'all know. I'm essentially like, oh, Nintendo ain't fucking up. Cool. Nintendo makes some good games. Cool. Nintendo did some fuck shit. Fuck you. But it's more like, okay, you haven't been fucking up lately. I will support it. But when you pull some fuck shit, I'm not buying it.
So they pull some fuck shit then.
They pull no fuck. They pull some fuck shit with the unions, and I feel like, hey, unionize, motherfucker.
Look, this was a HAL Laboratories. I'm still gonna play Kirby.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Kirby, but it's like, still, no, you motherfuckers need to still unionize. All you motherfuckers. I'm still pro union, but I just like these games. So yeah, I've been playing. So I've been checking out that. One day I'm gonna be like. One day I'm probably gonna jump into some more Game Pass stuff because one game that came out that I definitely would like to try is like Turnip Boy commits tax evasion or something like that. It's on Game Pass. They gave it to us free with Amazon for the old Twitch gaming stuff. for free and then Amazon Game stuff, but it came out on Game Pass. So I'm like, I might as well just play it on Game Pass. And of course, Ollie World and jump on that too.
Let's talk about Bugsnax.
But yeah, so many. And oh yeah, Bugsnax. Bugsnax, Guardians of the Galaxy.
When does that fucking come out? It said no dates.
26. I got an IGN article up. So
Turn Up Boy Commits Tax Evasion comes out, is already available. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered is already available. F1 2021 is already available. 7 Days to Die and Research and Destroy on the 26th. Bugsnax and Unsold on the 28th.
I think that 7 days might be a candidate for third place. But yeah, what's funny enough, Turn Up Boy came out on tax day, which is actually kind of funny. So I might dabble with a little bit of that since it's out there. So that might be something I might be doing. True Colors. I'm a little debating on that one. I think I'm probably gonna play that on PC. Because of probably frame rates. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it yet, but I definitely will play it. Chinatown Detective Agency. That's on my list. I finally put we finally put the first down payment on a new roof. So thankful for that. So yeah, week after next, that's when the roof's gonna go on. And then once we figure out and settle where some things are, that's when I'm also going to start thinking about new PC. I'm debating on. I had a bit of a dilemma on my stream the other day where it was like I was literally talking to Ruin and being like, should I get a 3070 in the summer or do I wait until the fall and get a 4070 then? Do I build in summer or do I build in fall with brand new everything? Because that's also when the Ryzens are going to be coming out. So I'm like, do I just wait? Because we could actually get cards now. So that's a possibility. So that's kind of where I'm at. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. And yep, it said my homie's coming in. My homie's coming down the next 2 weeks. So looking forward to seeing them. Old classmate, buddy of mine. Had some good laughs. Yeah. So yeah, probably gonna see them in the next couple of weeks. So I probably gotta get my life together for when they show up. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Good Lord. They may be available, but Best Buy is still fucking gouging.
Yeah.
That's kind of $1,249 for a 3080.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually available in a store near me.
Yeah. Because see, that's the thing. That's the one thing that has me worried. When the 40 series comes out, it's going to be like, are they actively going to have cards? Because I don't want to be like, I could have got a 3070 for a good deal in the summer, but then I have to wait and then have to wait until like spring. That's not really what I want to do. I want to build a computer this year, within the confines of this year. I ain't trying to wait if I don't have to. Because no matter what I pick, it's definitely going to be leaps and bounds better than my 1060. And I kind of don't want to push too far ahead of a 4070 or 3070 because with the type of games that I play, yeah, it's not going to be anything beyond like a 3080 or 90 is going to be like overkill for what I play.
These prices are still inflated even on Newegg.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like inflated, but available.
I mean, you can also get on these lists where they have, like, if your name gets drawn, you can buy the card. That might be your best bet. I'd say get on that list, and then if you can't, because it's that thing of, if you're worried about the availability of the card, any card that you get at this point will be better than the one you have.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And it's like, if availability is good now, there is a chance, yes, that it'll be better, and there will be better cards available in the future. But people also thought that when the 30 series came out, there were plenty of 20 series. Then crypto became a thing right around the time the 30 series came out. So everybody was waiting on the 30 series. Crypto got big. So when the 30 series came out, they were all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Also, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So it's almost a thing of, for me, I would rather strike while the iron's hot instead of waiting and hoping that it's going to be better.
Yeah.
Because if they're available, I'd say get in a line that you can get it at MSRP and not be fucking gouged. Because you're right, they are available, but you are still paying a premium because people can make money off of goofy asses. Because oh, I gotta have a graphics card. I'll pay anything. It's like, no, fuck you. No.
Yeah, like I said, I'll get a founders edition. I don't have no problem with that. I just need to know where I need to go and what I need to do to sit on one of them. Because if I get a founders edition for MSRP, that still would be awesome.
My 3080 Ti is working just fine. I love the look of these founder edition cards, but like also Best Buy is the only place that sells them outside of Nvidia.
Yeah, that's right.
So that might be a little difficult to do. Like EVG, but like, I mean, if you were to buy it from a third-party board manufacturer or a third-party manufacturer like EVGA, which I think EVGA has one of these lines. Also, maybe look at a Newegg Shuffle, which, you know, people's experience with that may vary.
Yeah, mileage may vary, yeah.
But even with the third-party manufacturers, there may be an upcharge, but it's like because they put better cooling on it. It won't, like, I would say if you were paying more than $100 on that card, you were paying too much.
Yeah.
Like, I get, while $100 still may be too much, it's still a thing of, it probably has better thermals than what the Founders cards would have. Like, I may get better performance out of a 3080 Ti that EVGA, MSI, Asus makes. But my Founders card is fine. I paid MSRP for it. I'm okay.
Okay.
But yeah, like, you pay a little bit more. Like, I understand, but again, like, more than $100, you're doing way too much.
Yeah.
And as much as I kind of sort of can't stand them, I think this is a rule that Jay's 2 cents kind of put out there. Like, $100, that's it. Any higher than that, you'll overpay it.
Right. I'm good with that.
Let's see. For me, more phones, or just more of this phone. Still got like half a week left of this. Of course, for those who don't know, you coming in late. It's a new Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. It's sexy. It's so pretty. Also, one of my best performing TikToks. It was slow. It was slow when I posted that shit yesterday. But today it kind of exploded, so I'm happy. I'm really happy about the performance of that one. Again, it's not viral, but excuse me, it definitely is doing a lot better than any other TikTok that I will put out there about other dumb tech shit. Let's see what else is going on. Eventually, I am going to get back to streaming. Again, I am sick. I have a head cold. I wanted to make sure I am 100% good to go. Next week is Thursdays. There may be a 3-player multiplayer game. There might be some State of Decay. Anka was asking for that earlier today, so maybe we'll have to see. Let's see what else is going on. I think that's about it. There's nothing really going on for the rest of this month. I know that We are getting down to the wire on our spring streaming event over at Special Event Co. for Stream Raleigh. So many meetings, so many emails that a lot of the emails for shit that I've been working on have been buried by Stream Raleigh shit. So it's gonna be fucking busy. It's gonna be lit, and I am super fucking excited for it. I do want to give a shout out to my cam link for fucking holding out for this entire show, because I've been having issues with it, but I think it's been Discord that's been causing the problem. So that's a thing I have to deal with. Shout out to Skype for updating their software, because now I'm on the most recent version of Skype that has not broken my feed. Let's see, what else we got? I think that's about it. It's springtime, starting to get warm out here. Please, everybody, you know, cases are going back up with the pandemic. We are still in a pandemic, even though, yes, personally, I may have acted like it wasn't, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. I was being very reckless last weekend, and I'm sorry. Need to practice what I preach, but all of my masks were in a bag, and I kind of forgot them because they were out of sight, out of mind, and I feel terrible about that. But yes, please mask up regardless of what mass transit system tells you otherwise. If you have not already get your vaccines, get your boosters. I think there's a second booster available for some people now. I think I got emailed and texted about it about 2 weeks ago. Wash your hands. Please, there are people in the middle of a fucking pandemic who still, after touching themselves in a bathroom, are still not washing their hands. And we're still in a pandemic. Watching a Spanish video on your cell phone was not more important than washing your hands.
Just don't be gross. You know what I mean? Like,
literally,
washing your hands and not being gross is $3.99.
Oh my God, I swear I felt so fucking bad walking out of that bathroom. Like, my son, he, bless his heart, I'm not sure if I shared this, he recently figured that he could use the bathroom standing up like little boys do. So he is very adamant that he gets taken to the boys' bathroom so he can show it off. Unfortunately, it's just like me standing around having to watch people walk in and out of a bathroom. And it was just the grossest fucking thing. I had to come and say, please give me all the hand sanitizer. I want to bathe in it now, because it is just that fucking gross.
New day, baby. A new day.
Anywho, that's me ranting. I'm done. But yes, hey, I do have some amazing photos from the trip. I've posted some of them already from the iPhone. So in case people are wondering, hey, what pictures have I posted from the Galaxy? Those went up today. I was going to show them off here, but I forgot. Oh, Kev, there was that one thing I wanted to show you, though. I forgot. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. How do I'm going to share this. I'm going to create a link because I know Sin is not watching the stream, so I'm going to send this elsewhere. Put that here. So yes, if you are going to Myrtle Beach, I do recommend, hey, if you can, go to Crazy Mason in Myrtle Beach. They have amazing ice creams and shakes. I forget what this is like. I like big buns or some shit. This is the milkshake that I got.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
How many people appeared in the yard?
When we got there, the line was wrapped up because this ice cream shop is located in like kind of a high, like a higher scale bowling alley and bar. So it's like so like you see like over here in this corner, like this is the shop. The line wraps around, snakes up a bit. Now, luckily, when we were there, we were still inside the building. When we left, the line was outside the building. That's how many people it brought to the fucking yard. My wife, she had like a strawberry shortcake one, so I had like a piece of cake on top of hers. Like, it was beautiful, it was delicious, but yes, I made sure I went back to my hotel room and took all the insulin that I could legally take.
That's one of those things that's like, to me, it's like, man, I would have loved like take pictures of somebody else's. But I'd be like, don't put that shit on mine. Like, just give me a regular ass milkshake.
Like, I mean, you can order a regular milkshake too. So
yeah.
You can order, like, you don't have to get it crazy like this. But I mean, you come here, like, you want to see this. So yeah, like, you can see the cinnamon bun. As you can see too, there are cinnamon toast crunch cereal on the top, a little top of the whipped cream. But also, like, you want to know how that's stuck to the jar? That's vanilla icing.
Oh yeah. I laughed. That's a joke between me and Jerry. That's a Kevin Kev show community joke. We watched this. We watched this lady called Grandma Gloria make a peach cobbler, and like Jerry was horrified at the amount of sugar that this woman had made it with. And I was like,
yes, this was fucking sweet as shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it was damn good though.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good.
Yeah.
I have disappointing news. The strawberry milk was misplaced.
Oh no.
And there isn't a callback number, so I had to leave a note on their feedback form. But I have snickerdoodles. That'll have to do.
So they call the place as Crazy Mason. Their whole thing is like you get to keep the mason jar that the ice cream was in, or that the shake was in.
Oh, nice.
But because of all of this mess, you have to have some way to clean it off. So where are these two? Where you see this guy with the pink shirt right here, this burgundy shirt or whatever color this is, there are two sinks where they allow you to wash off and clean the jars. In the bathroom, there are signs on the bathroom door say, "Do not bring the jars in here to wash them off. Please wash them off at the little station." So yeah, I had a good time while I was on vacation.
That's good. Let's do it.
That's not much in the way of like local cuisine, because again, like with Myrtle Beach, that's probably gonna be seafood. I don't do seafood, but
yeah.
It was nice. It was a nice vacation. I did not do any work. Checked no email. Was barely on social media. I was on social media long enough to post a picture of me in shades poolside, and that was it. So I had no idea what was going on with the world until I came back on Sunday evening.
As you should.
And I'm gonna tell you, I know y'all keep saying that shit to me. Like, look, take a break, and I don't, or I half-ass it. It's amazing what happens when you full-ass it. When you full-ass taking a break, boy, it is great. Like, I don't understand when people say, I understand when people say I need a vacation for my vacation. This one was like, I actually rested on my vacation. I am now ready to come back. I feel rested, and I'm actually ready to tackle what I need to tackle when I start back working or doing whatever I'm doing on Monday.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you need. You need that time.
That was the fucking best. Like, I bought a laptop. I bought my tablet. Like, I played my fucking Switch on my vacation. Like, the most I played my Switch. The most I did on my tablet outside of my alarm going off, like, late at night because we had a broken sensor. I played solitaire on my iPad, did a couple of research because I was looking up whoever was on TV I was watching. Also, kid shows on Nickelodeon and Disney and Netflix are actually pretty good again.
Yo, I know that we're like getting into discourse about
Yeah.
things or whatnot, but can we talk about Will was the forewarning? Y'all don't listen.
Wait, what happened?
Mike Tyson is trending on Twitter right now.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
What happened?
Basically, some dude was like, "Holy crap, it's Mike Tyson," and then kept fucking with him. And my man caught that the hands that brought down Leon Spinks, and it was. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. I'm like,
But my
Mike
flight,
Tyson.
But my flight, I will feel so. I'm just so traumatized now.
See, that's the thing though. Mike Tyson, whether Mike Tyson is in his 20s or when Mike Tyson is in his 50s, he's still Mike Tyson. You know, nobody wants to catch Mike Tyson hands. Exactly. So I'm like, I looked at my man doing like speed bag trading, and I'm like, it is 50s, and I'm like, my man still has hands. So if I wouldn't put Mike Tyson, I wouldn't want to see Mike Tyson in a fight with like, you know, like whoever dude is in the prime of his life, heavyweight prime dude. But some jackass from like Idaho, he's getting minked. It's like some dude who ain't never seen a fight ever in his life, you know, except for outside of a Buffalo Wild Wings, is going to get minked. And so it's like, yeah, it was like mink, 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 and it was like it was not pleasant, and the man got away with his life. So yeah.
Okay, one more thing. There's actually two more things. I was looking at this thread, right?
Right.
So I don't want to point out this meme. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it.
Yep. That part.
Attributed to
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson. Because I'm telling you right now, nobody don't understand the level of you probably getting your behind kicked as if you were either chasing clout or trying to pull a prank on somebody. I remember a particular thing where this guy like phony robbed I think it was like a podcast collective, a studio, like a creator studio, and my man rolled up on him, and they continued to promptly whoop this man's ass. I mean, it was three of them. By the time my man got finished, he had 2 lumps on his head, and they filmed him. And then my man tried to do the whole like, hey, "What's up, guys?" I was like, "Don't you do it." And my man was like, "What you mean you trying to? Don't put them peace signs on. I shall beat your ass again." It was like not this man trying to like surf for clout after getting his ass beat.
Like,
sir,
there's a part and a level of being like, this is what we were talking about with a certain incident that happened a couple of weeks ago. Leave people alone. Y'all act like these people like that are celebrities aren't humans, and like they will not beat the brakes off of you. And here's the thing. Oh, Mike here was just like, "Hey, yo, we're like, leave me alone, please.
Leave me alone."
Also, this part where somebody shared the video where I don't know who
You're throwing water bottles at people.
It's talking about like, oh, this is half the story. Where somebody came back, is it half? Is it the other half? Mike Tyson was being harassed. Like that was the other half.
That was the other half. It was like,
what'd you need?
It was like a man was acting up. Mike said chill. My man said no. He got minked up. That's exactly what happens.
So I'm gonna
you know something?
I'm gonna watch this.
I'm gonna step this back like a few years. Do y'all remember Arrested Development? The group?
Yeah. Tennessee.
Yep, those people.
Yeah.
Let me hit you with a quote from one of their songs. But he wouldn't stop, and I hate being rude. Wait, hold on. It was, but he wouldn't stop. And I ain't Ice Cube, but I had to take the brother out for being rude. And like I said before, I was pissed by that. It took 3 or 4 cops to pull me off of him. Like, y'all leave people alone.
Because it was like, my man was like, and then the stylish clothes that I wear. Yeah, it was like, it was making fun. He was basically like, oh, you were lame because you wear clothes, because you was like, you part of that neo funk soul group and thinking you ain't gonna get your ass beat.
No, like the amount of things in that song, because the whole song was, dude is out with his lady, having a wonderful time. These people come up, they start saying weird and awkward things to him and his lady. He's just like, hey, listen, we can keep it casual, we can keep it cordial. Just let us pass through and there won't be any problems. And they just kept right up and he was just kind of like, okay.
Oh yeah, it was people every day, yeah.
It's just like,
I remember that.
You have chosen violence, and so violence is what you will have.
Well,
everyday people. Yeah. I'm pulling up the lyrics. Let me see. I'm pulling up that.
Well, we were going to end before 10, but yeah, before 11, but we got wrapped up in some things.
All right, Q. And I had to put the brother out for being rude. And I was mad by then. It took me cool off of them. But that's the story of y'all black man acting like a nigga getting stomped by an African.
This is like,
yes, acting like a get stomped by an African.
Leave
everyday people.
Leave people alone.
But on that bombshell, it's time to say goodnight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays for April 21st, 2022. Of course, if you're watching the stream live, you would like to listen to previous episodes, I would direct you to majors.house/TTT, youtube.com/MajorLinux if you'd like to watch the video versions of this show. And of course, if you're watching this after the fact, you can join the live studio audience over at twitch.tv/MajorLinux Thursdays, 8:00 p.m. Eastern. You know the fucking vibes. You know them. You should know them by now. They ain't changed. Just get stronger and stronger with each show. On behalf of the GOAT, Idios and Anka, who I imagine at this point is probably asleep.
Probably. Good chance.
Yeah.
Good chance.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
It's your boy Kev in the building. And the vacationing one, Nzxt. I have been your wonderful host, Marcus Major Linux Summers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And of course, until next time, you all could have been anywhere in the world watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech, gaming, and streaming nudges up, but you said no. We like to share. We like to share. We don't share passwords, but we share the news. And for that, I appreciate you all coming through. Thank you all so much. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you. And peace out.
Wakanda forever. I am everyday people.